And so my question really for all of us tonight is, how does it feel to be a problem? All of us together in this representation of either the Emirates, of the Arab world, and of ourselves. Arriving always in Abu Dhabi airport or Dubai airport, and what are the books that I see about the Gulf or Abu Dhabi? Wilfred Thesiger, books of the desert, you know, the pure, pristine desert that we just saw images over there, always reminding us that we're living in the age of Lawrence of Arabia, coming here and, you know, having a great David Lean long shot of us conquering the world. To the other images that we get is the sort of, you know, super post-Uber hyper modern images of where we're living all the time. This constant feel, I think, that you find within Arab media that we're modern, we're hip, we can be. The representation of Arabs and Emiratis, I would say, is like living on a treadmill and at the same time being caught in quicksand. It's a feeling of being everywhere, and perhaps we all feel sometimes, at least I do, that we're nowhere. And it's not a question of lack of representation, even good or bad representations possibly. But as far as I remember, I mean, this idea of how do you represent the Arabs, what's the right way, we have to have better representations, we have to be better, has been around since so long. But this is a heated issue, and I really thought about what names do we use? Even the use Emirati, the use of local. Some people are offended by that, even some locals. A local, I mean, think about it. It's up to discussion at the end. Is it the Arab Gulf or the Persian Gulf? It's a capitalist conservative society. I think that's a good term. Capitalism itself survives by forcing the majority, whom it exploits, to define their own interests as narrowly as possible. This was once achieved by extensive deprivation. Today in the developed countries, it is achieved by imposing a false standard of what is and what is not desirable. Now, you think maybe I'm here with this thing, I'm asking for a new Bolshevik revolution, start a new communist party here. Not really. Is the answer, you know, how not to make Emiratis feel forced to identify with either being a Bedouin or being too modern or being too Britney Spears or being too, all these different things, only for Emiratis to discuss? Or is it an open discussion for all of us to discuss because we're all here? It's possible to produce Emirati identities, and I'm including all of us when I say Emirati right now, whether, I mean, it's maybe not the easiest thing to say, but is it possible to produce things that are not, where we don't feel that they're forced? Inauthentic is the Emirati authentic, and I think one thing that's a weakness so far, and I mean, is sort of this transition of even the national or the Gulf news, which is the two English or the Khaliji Times, of sort of absorbing many things that go on in the Arabic media into the English media, okay? And I think there is many discussions among Emiratis, and it's like, it's pressure. There's different organizations about identity from the Emirati government, like Watani. Have people heard of that? Watani, the Tawteen, this, that. I mean, there's many of them where creating a new values here is going on, and you can actually see it in many of the magazines.